Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is RDF and today's video we do have another tactic recreation. Yes, it is a 3-4-3 created by Ruben Amorim, who we are replicating over in Portugal. It is now the 24th of November. Football Manager 2021 has officially been released, so I am hoping that all of you guys are enjoying it. If you are enjoying my content and you want to see more, then you already know what to do. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, but without the further hold up, let's get started. Ruben Amorim is a very talented young coach who has been impressive so far in his career over in Portugal, notably for his time with Braga, and now he is the head coach of Sporting the club. What caught a lot of people's attention was his system and the results that he got with the system. Known to play controlling football, Amorim, whilst manager of Braga, managed to beat the big three in Portugal, who were Porto, Benfica, and now the team that he is coaching, Sporting CP. Some of the key elements from his play that we want to replicate is firstly the shape, which will be a 3-4-3, and that becomes very narrow. We want possession football, we want some pressing and the ability to set pressing traps whilst also creating numerical superiority and overloads. For the style of play, when Amorim's sides build up, they like to stretch the play. To do this, the goalkeeper must be involved as a passing option, the centre backs must split and stretch out, so when collecting the ball they have better passing angles to play out. The fullbacks will stay very wide whilst the wingers are occupied inside the half spaces. The two central midfielders will operate in the central area of the pitch, looking to collect the ball but also make the counter movements. Amorim seems to be a big fan of counter movements, and the best way I can explain this movement is when one comes to collect the ball, he drags his marker out of position, and then we have another player making a run into the space that has now been created. This also helps gain some numerical advantages. There seems to be an importance in getting the ball forward to the key players, either to the wingers, in between the lines, or the striker, who will be looking to drop deeper in between the opponent's defence and their midfield. The wing backs will be key to this system because they are the ones maintaining the width, stretch and play. In this 3-4-3 system, he likes the wingers to be as narrow as possible, and this allows to operate in the vertical spaces but also gives the wing backs the space to attack and penetrate the opponents. With the two wingers coming inside and being very narrow, this can create a box shape in midfield with the two central midfielders, and again this gives the opportunity to overload in the central areas and also the opportunity to use those counter movements. The two wingers will be creative type players who can play a pass, who can run at the defence and also get on the score sheet. The front three are given the license to roam around and look for pockets to be effective, but also can swap positions with each other. This will create confusion for the opponent's defence, as now marking will be a difficult job to do. In defence, his sides can shape up as a 5-4-1, with the wingers dropping deeper, making it difficult for the opponents to operate in between the lines. They like to defend very narrow to force the opposition out into wider areas. To try and win the ball back, he has his team counter pressing. The first bit of pressing will come from the front three, who will look to press the defence when they have the ball and not allowing that ball to come on the inside. Once the ball is on the outside to the opposition's fullbacks or the wingers, Amorim's wingbacks are now triggered to help with the wingers cutting off the passing lanes. Having three at the back, one of the central defenders can now cover the space left by the wingback and cover if needed. Once the ball has been won, then Amorim's sides like to counter run and run into any gaps or spaces that may appear. At Sporting, he has fast wing backs and wingers who are ideal for this type of situation. Now, when recreating in FM, it is very likely you will have to compromise on certain stuff, as real life movements are just not able to achieve in FM, but that doesn't stop us from taking the main aspects so we can play like that team in Football Manager. The key elements to this tactic that we want is stealing the ball from the opposition, creating chances through individual skill, possession football, having a very narrow attacking width, and to be able to create overloads, numerical superior and those counter movements. Well, we can now look at the tactic and how I have shaped it in Football Manager 2021. So here we are, and as you can see, we have gone with the 3-4-3 shape because we are replicating, and in goal we do have the sweeper keeper. He has no instructions, but he will be looking to stay around the edge of his box, and he can be a passing option for our team when we are building from the back. With the back three, I have gone with the 3 standard central defenders, which can be switched if we are looking to take more risks when we are building from the back. When watching Sporting, I didn't really see the defenders taking too much risk in possession, which is why I have opted with the 3 central defenders. With the 2 wider ones, they are instructed to stay wider so they can operate in these spaces and be an option when we are trying to build from the back. With the 2 wing backs, we have gone with the wing backs on attack so they can penetrate the space. The left back's instruction is to take more risk and also look to cross at the far post with stay wider. The right wing back also has cross aim at the far post and stay wider. He likes his crosses to be at the far post, and maybe the player at the far post has that free time and space to easily tap it in or put an easy header in. For our central midfield partnership, we have gone for the deep lying playmaker, as he will be the one looking to collect the ball. And to create that counter movement that I was explaining a little bit earlier, I am hoping the deep lying playmaker will look to collect the ball. He is a playmaker, so naturally he will be looking to collect the ball. With the box-to-box midfielder looking to operate between both boxes, he will be looking to drop deeper. But also make those forward runs. The idea is when the deep line playmaker does come to collect the ball, the box-to-box midfielder will then look to roam from his position and make those forward surging runs. So that being said, with the deep line playmaker, I have got him closing down more, because when the player is on the defend duty, naturally his pressing intensity will lower a little. To maintain that pressure, especially in midfield, I have gone with the close down more on the deep line playmaker. For the box-to-box midfielder, I have got him roaming from his position, and also to take more risks, try and to feed and release the front three a little bit quicker, also for the right wing back. For the left winger, I have gone with the inverted winger on support. His instruction is get further forward, roam from position and sit more narrow. So I am looking for him to operate inside, and when he comes inside, of course I am looking for the right winger to come inside as well, and this hopefully can create a box shape in midfield. For the right winger, he is an advanced playmaker on the right wing. The reason I have gone with that is because I wanted some variation in our attack, but also again to create some counter movements. For the advanced playmaker, just like the deep lying playmaker, he is a playmaker, so he will be looking to come and collect the ball. Once he comes to collect the ball, again we do have the box-to-box midfielder who will be looking to make more surging runs, but we also have the wing back on attack who will be looking to make that overlapping run on the flank. So the idea is, if the ball does come on this side of the pitch and the playmaker does look to come to collect the ball, we do now have the wing back on attack making a forward run, but also the box-to-box midfielder making forward runs, trying to get into the opposition's box. The advanced playmaker has only one instruction, and that is to sit narrow. For the striker, he is a deep lying forward. Now this is where things get a little interesting. For now, I have the deep line forward on attack. He currently has dribbleless, so when he gets the ball he's looking to pass it off straight away and lay it off, and he also has roam from position, so he can roam, look for pockets and swap positions with others. But this doesn't work as effective when you are using an advanced forward, as the advanced forward is more of a focal point up front. You will notice that with the deep line forward, he will be looking to drop deep. The inverted winger is a support duty, so mainly he will be looking to help out in midfield, and so to the advanced playmaker. So you don't really have a focal point up top, someone that you can aim for. If you are struggling up top like I was throughout some of the season, during the match you can switch the deep line forward to an advanced forward. But that is the player instructions completed. We now are going to move over to the team instructions. For the mentality, I have gone with the positive mentality, trying to knock the ball about, generally trying to be more positive with our play. For the attack width, we have gone with the very narrow attacking width. Players looking to play closer to each other, also trying to replicate that very narrow attacking shape when it comes to the front three. For the approach play, we are looking to pass into space, so when the ball has been won and we have those forward runners, we are looking to pass into the space rather into their feet, so we're looking to pass in front of those players. For our focus play, we are focusing down both flanks. This is very interesting. The reason why I have done this is because our attacking width is on very narrow, so naturally a lot of our play will happen through the central areas. To not be very predictable, I have focus play down the left and the right, so when the play does start off in the central areas, now we will be looking to get our wider players more involved in the game, especially our wing backs. Doing a focus play will naturally make our wing backs a little bit more adventurous, increasing their mentality just a little. We have also gone with the play out of defence. Of course, we want to try and build from the back, and to do this we have gone with the passing directness on shorter, and the tempo is set to standard. Again, this is something that you can change, and this is something that I did change. During some games I did set this tempo to higher to try and get the ball to our danger players a lot quicker. Well, not a lot quicker, just a tad quicker than it was happening with the standard tempo. So in transition, when the possession has been lost, we will be looking to counter press the opponents. When the opponent has the ball, we are looking to win the ball back. And when the possession has been won, like I explained a little bit earlier, when the possession has been won, we want to make those counter run forwards to try and exploit any space or gaps that we have created. For the distribution type, which is actually set incorrectly, it shouldn't be on throw it longer. It should be either on short kicks or roll it out. Roll it out kind of gains a little bit more possession, while take short kicks, you have some options as you can play it longer to the wingers or to the wing backs, or you can take a short kick to your playmaker in midfield or to your central defenders. When we are out of possession, we have gone with the offside trap, and we are using the higher line of engagement alongside the higher defense line. When watching sporting, sometimes this can vary. It can be very high, or they can drop off a little deep, trying to invite a little bit of pressure. So when the opponents are playing from the back, we can then activate some of our pressing traps and try and win the ball back that way. Generally it can be much higher, but I have gone with the higher defense line because against most of the opposition you will be the stronger team, while Sporting are one of the stronger teams in the league. So for the template I did use the higher defense line. And for the pressing intensity, I have gone with the more urgent pressing intensity and prevent the short goalkeeper distribution, which again, something that isn't needed. If you want to try and invite some pressure, you can remove it, or if you want to try and win the ball back immediately and force some errors from the opposition, then you can activate this, and hopefully the opponent's goalkeeper starts to kick the ball long and we have the defenders to deal with that. Now we have looked at the tactic, we are going to check some results. And as you can see in the league, Sporting did win the league, playing 34 games, winning 27, drawing 5 and only losing 2. Those 2 losses came against Benfica away from home, which was a 3-1 defeat, and we lost at home to Famalicão. Our top goal scorer in the league was Spora with 26 goals. Our highest average rated player was Nuno Santos, and he also had the most assists in the league with 17 assists. In the domestic cups we didn't do too well. We were the runners up in the Portuguese League Cup, but in the Portuguese Cup we got knocked out in the 5th round. And in the Europa Cup we did get knocked out in the 3rd qualifying round, which I will put some blame on myself because I did try and go for a weaker team. I did try and rotate my team. When it comes to the average possession in the league, we did finish 4th with 53%. We also scored the 3rd most goals in the league, with the 3rd highest goals per game and the 3rd highest expected goals per game also. We managed to score the most goals from corners, managed to score 6 of our goals from corners. Our passes completed, we completed the 4th most highest passes, whilst having the best pass completion ratio in the league with 92%. When it comes to clear cut chances created, we did come 5th in that table, but we do have the best conversion rate in the league. We did also have the top goal scorer in the league with Spora on 26 goals, beating Gelson Dala, who had 22. We also have the most assists in the league, which was Nuno Santos. And Nuno Santos also had the 2nd most key passes. Nuno Santos was our advanced playmaker on the right hand side. When it comes to our attacking efficiency, you can see that we were very aggressive and clinical when it comes to our attacking play. Our general performance when comparing it with the others in the league, we basically were one of the best teams in the league. Of course, we did finish first, but we had the best pass completion, we had a very good tackle-1 ratio, we had one of the best goals per game alongside one of the best expected goals per game. We also had a very tight defence with 0.56 goals conceded per game and a 0.5 expected goals per game conceded as well. And when we look at our defensive efficiency, you can see that we were on the quiet side of things and also being impenetrable. It's a very good defensive setup, this tactic. As you can see, we only conceded 19 goals, which was the best defense record in the league, and we also finished with the second best goal difference in the league with a +44 record. Now when we're looking at the stats in the team, you can see that Spora had the most goals with 27 goals. Our centre back also managed to grab 7, whilst our wingers Joe Van Cabral got 6 goals and 9 assists. Nuno Santos managed to get 6 goals with 17 assists, with Nuno Mendes, a very talented left back, he has 5 goals and 4 assists. Pedro Porro also has 7 assists during his time, and Bruno Gaspar has 3 assists, who were our fullbacks. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. It has been a pleasure. It has been RDF. If you are new to this channel and you like the content that I am giving, then please make sure to subscribe and like this video. It's been a pleasure. I will see you soon. Make sure to drop some suggestions in the comments of which tactic you would like to see next. But I will see you soon. It has been a pleasure. Peace out, guys. Peace out.